Hello and welcome to Smitty's. I am a wood cutting fanatic who loves to run a chainsaw. I run alcohol chainsaws, ported chainsaws, I race chainsaws, and I even run the occasional vintage. Now remember, I cannot do this without you. You're everything to the channel, so please remember, subscribe, give that thumbs up, leave that comment. Today, we are going to have a lot of fun. How you doing? So today, we are going to do kind of a chain video, but it's kind of an experimental chain. I've never done any testing on this grind to see if it is any faster. So today I'm going to show you the actual grind that I'm doing. It is a little funky. It's a little weird. So if you've been around, you've seen where I did a video where the chain was easy to cut to the side and all sorts of stuff. This is that chain. I've been running this grind for a while now, and I do like it, but it is a little different. So what we're going to do, though, this is a brand new chain. It is the Holtzforma version of their chain or whatever. It is brand new. It's straight out of the box. It's on a 24-inch bar, and we're doing it on the 385. That's because I want to do a couple of tests here on this 385, because this might be the last test run of this saw. Basically, we're going to do this chain and bar setup because I want to run this saw with a 24-inch bar, but I want to throw a different spark plug in it and see if it changes the way the saw itself runs. So, yeah, we're going to run a colder plug in it, and just to see if it changes up the way it runs. But we're going to kind of do like a before and after, so we're going to run this chain straight out of the box, and then we're going to sharpen it up. I'm going to show you the details of how it's sharpened, show you what it looks like, and then we'll go ahead and make some other cuts, and then we'll kind of compare it and kind of, assess things from there. We don't know if it is any faster, so it's going to be kind of fun here, I think. So what do you say? Let's go outside here and make a couple of cuts. Now, I will warn you, if you've heard about the snowstorm that's headed up the East Coast or whatever, today's the day. So it might be a week or so until I get this video out, but today is the day of the snow. And I'm thinking we got probably the first inch on the ground, but it's coming down in full strength right now. So we're cutting wood in the snow. So, alrighty. So I'm actually changing the plug right now, and I want to show it to you. So we are going from a BP MR7 to a BP MR8. So we're going from a 7 to an 8, and the 8 would be colder. So the bigger the number, the colder the plug. But here is what the plug looks like that we pulled out that kind of made it feel like it's a little lean. But let me show you. See if we can get her focused in there. That's what the plug looks like. That's why I was saying something felt a little off. So let's go ahead. This is the number 8. We're going to throw it in there. It's a little colder. And we'll just see if it behaves differently. You know what I mean? You never know. It could be better. It could be worse. You never know. So it doesn't hurt to try. I learned to stock up on these plugs whenever I started playing with alternate fuels. So, sometimes you gotta get to a colder plug. So today, that's what we're gonna try. Alrighty, let's go. Alrighty, we got the first cuts in. Now we're going to work to get her sharpened up. Well, I got her set up for rakers right now, so I got to change it. Well, this is the Tecumseh wheel, the green one. I switched to these a while back, and so far they're it's my favorite one. I used to use CBN and all that stuff, and this is my favorite one. So, you know, people are like, well, the CBNs last for pretty much forever for somebody like you. Well, I don't like them. You know, I prefer these ones. My CBN's just hanging there on the wall, and I never use it. You know, it's not my thing. Now, I should show you what the stock profile of this chain is. So, can you see there? That's what the stock profile of steel or this Holtz-Forma chain is. And by the time we're done, it's going to be way different. So, yeah. Let's see what happens here. Alrighty, so this is a grind that I've been using for some time now. I've said before, I don't know if it's any faster. So, you know, I've not tested it against things like, C83 and so forth. But, you know, as far as like this here RS chain, I can pretty much guarantee it's going to be faster. But, you know, I don't know if it's any faster than things like CR83. I've not gone that far yet. So I need to buy one of those C83 chains so I can do that test. Alrighty, so if you can't tell, I set the head tilt angle. That's the tilt. I have it sitting at 50 degrees. So that's the angle we're going to run with there. Now, I'm going to run it at 35 degrees. So, with the 10 degree chain tilt. So it's going to be 50, 35, and 10. It's a little more extreme. And, you know, we're going to see how she does. It kind of gives you a cool profile on your tooth, I'll tell you that. The purpose here is to give you a smooth cut, but I'm finding it's not very forgiving to rakers, to raker heights. So if you start going a little deeper on your rakers, it's going to make drastic changes, if you know what I mean. So let's see how this one looks. So yeah, it's 35 this way, 50 up here with the 10 degree tilt. All right, I'm happy with that. Let's go ahead and get the rest of the chain sharpened up. And whenever I get her sharpened up, I'll bring you in and show you what the profile looks like. Alrighty. All right, so that's what the grind ends up looking like in the end. This is, it looks like a micro chisel chain, which isn't quite a full chisel. You can see from the other side what it looks like. So, let's give that a run and see how she does. I did not make any raker adjustments. I'll check it and I'll let you know what it comes in at. All right, she's all sharpened up. She's back on the saw. I took a break there. I tied a sled to the back of the four-wheeler. So you can imagine what the kids were sounding like for the last half hour. But we're ready to go. Let's go out, make some more cuts, and see how this chain performs now with this sharpening. Again, this is experimental. I've never timed it, tested it of any sort. I just kind of like the way it feels. It's got a whole lot of self-feed to the chain, if you know what I mean. It does all the work. You don't have to do nothing. Now, if you do start dogging on this chain, it really starts digging in pretty aggressively, and it takes away some RPM. That's one of the things that you might see from my videos. But it does have one of those things that as soon as you start pushing on it, it really starts taking away the wood, and it really, takes the RPM down. So, a lot of people might mistake and think that the saw don't have any torque when it's really just the chain pulling it down, really. So If you're ever curious and you got a grinder or whatever and you want to try this out, go ahead and try it out for yourself. It's not for everybody. So, hey, let's take her out and get some cuts. Alrighty, so there we go. The chain did good. Can tell the wood's a little on the frozen side. You know, it behaves differently, you know. You can feel it. Now, as far as the spark plug swap, it didn't make a difference. So I'm going to say the saw wants more fuel. So I think we'll wait until after it's tore down and rebuilt and start fine-tuning all that stuff. Now, the saw may want a timing advance. It might want some other things, but you know, we'll get into that adventure later on. I want to get this saw tore down, get these bearings swapped out, and make some changes to the port work. I think she could use a little more power, and that's what we're going to go for. We're getting some RPM out of it, but I want more power at the RPM. So yeah, we're going to be making some tweaks, and I'm going to go ahead and work at getting her tore down and getting that stuff done. So I hope you enjoyed this one. It might be a little while till we see her again, but hey, hope you enjoyed it. Alrighty, later.